You said you cook more than the females do.
Yeah,
You gonna say that on air?
most likely.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened? Hey, Kill said the females he meets, he cooks more than they do.
Hey, it is what it is.
Man got to eat.
It is what it is.
All of this off camera.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Ian Van Zan, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Hello, 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 and welcome to BKS1 Radio, the Our Show. It is your girl, Latoya Chanel, and I am here, of course, on this wonderful Tuesday. Blessed, it's beautiful weather outside, and we are going to get right into it today. I am here, of course, y'all know my partner, Miss Queen B, is back in the building with us today. She is doing all the shows with us from here on out. Is that right, Queen B?
Yes.
Okay, so she is here.
Yes,
the home team is back. The home team is back. And you already see right here on my left, I got Mr. Fat Lace himself from Beards and Bald Heads. From Mondays, BKS1 Radio. You joining us tonight, right?
Peace. I'm having fun.
But we're going to be friends, though, like we usually are today.
Yes, indeed.
See? We are normally friends. We are normally in agreement with one another. And we are going to continue that on. Queen B, did you...
Choosing violence tonight?
Listen, I am not choosing violence, everybody. I'm just... I'm zen. I am very peaceful right now. But, okay, I want to... update everyone exactly what's going on. So last week, we had a show. A friend of mine who is actually in the studio, whom I argue with every single day because we're transparent on this show, so I'm just going to put it out there, sent me a video a couple of weeks ago about a woman, a young lady who is, what's her nationality? What is it?
She's Turkish, but...
Turkish?
Turkish.
She's not African American. So this Turkish young lady had a video where she explained, and the only reason why I'm not playing it is just because I don't want to give her any airtime on my show. But anyway,
our platform is saved for
right
for
that look like us.
Yes.
So she made a comment where she said African American women are no competition with women of other races in regards to marrying and being in relationships with African American men. And she went on to say that this is because we're not soft, we are combative, we don't know anything about family and family structure, and it was so easy for her to get married to her husband and pretty much be a shoe-in that relationship because she was soft, she was mannerable, she was respectful, she listened, and she did all of those things that African American women don't.
I'm looking for body language as you said those terms. I'm looking for body language.
So she said that African American women do not do that. So as we begin to discuss it on the second half of our show last week, the comments began to blow up. We had comments all over YouTube. We had comments all over Facebook. Ended up being 100 and something comments. People were going back and forth in the comment section. So I said, you know what we need to do? We need to have our African American men in studios so that they can express themselves freely and in a safe space where they can be heard and where we can listen to them and listen to how they feel and what they're saying, because I've heard over and over and over again that, our men don't feel like they're being heard anyway because we constantly interrupt them and they're not able to get their point across, and that's why they don't talk. So I wanted to create a safe space here with my partner. Y'all see this? I wanted to create a safe space here.
We safe over here, too.
You safe over here, too?
Yeah, we safe.
You only said safe 5 times.
Because I'm going to keep saying safe. Just so that we can make
Because we
sure
want them to speak freely.
Freely.
Yeah. Oh, freely. So free.
freely.
Oh, so freely. This is a transparent show.
There you go. Go ahead.
We want to we want to learn something. Right?
No. That's exactly it.
We want to learn some things. We want to know how you feel.
Yes. That's it.
Okay?
Okay?
Honesty on the show.
Honesty on the show.
All right.
Are we ready for this?
Are we?
I don't know if I am, but I mean, we can go ahead and get to it.
So because I know what angle I'm going. Do you know where?
Well, I just want to start first by introducing our guest.
Yes.
And so, as mentioned, over here to the left, we got Fat Lace. He has beards and bald heads. We discuss some of these things on his show all the time. So kudos to him. Everybody, we're going to clap that up. And then I'm going to open up my computer screen. Okay, so in studio with us, we have our friend Yusef, who is one of our best friends and has been one of our best friends since 7th grade, whom we argue with on a daily basis.
Hubba Hawks, baby. Hubba Hawks. We here.
In regards to issues between, African American men and African American women. So I'm going to clap him up right now. We also have, next to him, we have Mr. Akil, who is actually the brother of Miss Queen Bee, who also has some very strong opinions in regards
the twins over there.
Right, in regards to what goes on in our community. So I'm going to clap him up. And speaking of community, why wouldn't you have your city council president, who is also a lawyer as well, in the building with us, Mr. Steve Hockaday?
Clap that up.
All right. So,
guess I'm not here in any governmental capacity.
Exactly. He is not here in any governmental capacity. Did y'all hear that? That is the disclaimer. So listen, we want to go ahead and get moving on this because there's a lot to unpack in the next 45 minutes, right?
Yes.
So you want to start, Queen Bee? You said you already know what angle you want to come from. I've already explained what the woman said.
It's like, no.
And
kidding.
Take it away. Go ahead.
So I don't know where I want to talk about, because, I mean, we always hear this comment, there's P in the dating pool.
Oh, we just going right
We're going in.
Huh?
We're going in. There's P in the dating pool. There were some other things people added that was in the dating pool right now. I'd like to, and stick to the topic, gentlemen, I would like you to tell me what it is like dating an African American woman, black woman, African or whatever, title, what it is dating them in 2024. And go. Anybody want to start? Anybody want to start?
I want to know how tightly are we defining African American woman?
Good question. Is she West Indian and lives in America? Culture makes a difference.
Can we?
Yeah.
I'm okay. This is I'm not being, because y'all know the culture, right? Y'all know the culture. So I want to talk about those women.
Our beautiful queens out there.
Yes, our queens. So what is it like? Somebody start. Who wants to?
It's wonderful.
Pull the trigger.
Jason said it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Jason said it's wonderful.
You got a good one. If y'all gonna go on like a third date, it should be great for you. I'm not having any problems in life with going on dates. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's cool. Now I'm bring it back to the beginning. We're talking about Turkish women, right? I never met anybody Turkish in my life. I'm not sure if y'all have. So I'm wondering if it's a regional thing.
Okay.
So if it's a West Coast thing, I know a lot of men from the West Coast who, when it comes to black women, that's not their first choice. They like them Kardashians and all that stuff. So they might have the Turkish people over there, and those are the ones that are vibing easier. I never dated a woman from LA ever in my life, nor from Oakland.
Okay.
They usually stay in a hood and they do what they do in a hood. I've dated women from the South, very sweet women. We all like going to Atlanta. We all like going down at the Mason-Dixon line. It gets a lot sweeter and nicer once it gets down that part. So I have nothing against just black women, but it gets different in the region. This Northeast region can be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more feisty, a little bit harder. Okay. So I'm not going to go against just all the black women in America or whatever, but depending on the region, sometimes depending on what kind of love you get out there.
Okay.
Interesting.
Thank you for your point. and go.
You just ready for
I
him.
was saying it's trivial at best.
We can move the microphone close. Go ahead.
It's trivial at best because what you were taught as a young man no longer applies to what's going on now.
Ooh.
So all this effort and everything that was instilled in you in terms of what you should be as a man is no longer legitimate.
Please expound.
It was just certain things you were taught, how to respect a woman, how to talk to a woman. Now we don't even know what a woman is.
Oh, please continue.
You were expected to open doors for women. Some women take offense to that, depending on the type of woman. Things have changed, but women's minds think that we still operate in a way of 20 and 30 years ago. You know, like they've come up, but the expectation from the man has stayed the same. Like the expectation is still to be the provider, paid 100%, play his part in the way that his father and his grandfather did. But the women have changed, and they have come up, and they have become more educated, and they have become more sophisticated, especially black women. And they don't think that it should be reciprocal in terms of, you know what, now that you're up, you know, throw out a helping hand, you know, look my way and don't expect it to be 100% me paying versus, you know, where it could be 50-50 where you both eat, live, and be happy that way, you know, still have some money in our pocket. That's just the beginning of my perspective.
And he makes a good point. You know, I agree with some of that in that things have changed because women are making a lot of money. Women have advanced. Many times, you know, they have more degrees than us. There's more women in college with college degrees than men. So, you know, sometimes you get into that talk about dating down and so forth. Some women have to decide whether they want to, quote, date down to be with a brother.
Was that like a church amen? Everybody?
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
was
it
like,
was.
It
was real.
You know, but my perspective always is, you have to be a man and be in command of your situation in ways other than financially. And I think in the past, as the brother just mentioned, men were generally the breadwinners, you know, and that was something that they were able to rest on, the fact that they were the providers in the family, and that provided them with significant leeway in the relationship because maybe they knew they weren't going anywhere because they're paying all the bills and they're in the house that they pay for. But now that women are able to, they're getting homes before us, you know. Shoot, my brother, you know, his wifey bought the house, you know. So, you know, I'm sure he's going to act right, you know, because you don't want to get kicked out. You know, it's a little bit more pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just the reality of it these days. With economics so different, it's changed the game. But again, you have to be the man in ways other than financially. So that means you have to be emotionally secure. That means you have to have some spiritual grounding, right? You know, you might need to know how to cook a little something to provide for your family. You have to be able to be a man in other ways than financially these days. And that is uncomfortable for men who were taught that they just need to go to college, get a good job, and then their family would be all taken care of.
Yeah.
Now that these whole host of issues and ways that we have to have ourselves straight, and therapy that we need to do, and praying that we need to do in order to be the man that we need to be for our families. So it's more challenging because of that, no question.
I also think that the value of a man has changed. The Black American experience right now, the modern experience, is that a man's value is his pocketbook, right? If he got enough money, he could do whatever he want, and if he don't, he can't, right? And in the dating pool, I don't think that you know, we're valuing each other properly. So now, you know, the whole interaction is twisted because it's no longer about character. It's about what can you do for me? How can you be a tool for me? Right? You do this, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we're losing each other.
Okay.
The value there has been lost and misplaced.
I would like to add that I think it's by design, and we're too oblivious to observe that it's something that they're doing in social media and something that they're putting out there that's making us respond this way. And we just don't know, or we're oblivious to the fact that they're doing it to us. They're pulling one of our eyes again like they did in the 70s with welfare. What they did, every facet of time that they can implement something to keep us down or separated. Now separated more than ever, which it baffles me that we don't see that this is the game that
The
they're
agenda.
playing. Yeah, the agenda.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I want to say just an example of I want to get off the dating thing, but I do want you guys to give me some examples of what you see out there, what you've encountered out there, so that women.
So we know,
like literally, because what is good, I know that you feel devalued, right? I'm sure there are at times you feel emasculated. You know what I mean? And I have an answer for that too, but I'll wait. But I want to give me an example of the dating realm, what it looks like, to you guys, and what you've seen out there where you're like, yeah, no.
It looks like the gas station toilet bowl when you pull up and you go to the gas station bathroom, like that toilet bowl in there. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry.
Clutching my pearls.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dating men a lot of the times.
Ooh.
Like we got women that are just working way too much, don't have time for you, don't cook anymore, not as clean as you would think.
I mean, me and you have had this conversation, but you said sometimes you are more cleaner than some of the women that you've encountered or met.
Just because their priorities no longer lie at being good at being domesticated. It is just solely about their careers and girls' trips and having fun and this healing journey that every woman seems to be on. So rock out.
What you said?
Ooh, yeah, I'm like, ooh.
Shots fired.
It was on point. I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Again, we've got our values twisted.
So a lot of girls trip, you said?
Yes, for what? Like what?
And where y'all getting this money from? I'm broke. How are y'all going on these trips?
You will always have a symptastic brother that will help and finance the trips.
That's true.
You're right.
They always got that guy that they got another AA I need. Bada boom, bada bing.
Especially out there in the Northeast. Brothers are spoiling these women.
I'm sorry. Who are these brothers? Do we have names, phone numbers?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I haven't met them, but go ahead.
Brothers aren't even going on dates anymore. It's just getting flued out. That's a date. Second date, getting flued out.
I don't know these men.
Bahamas, Miami.
Okay.
Do you have their names or?
Can you?
Out is technically sex trafficking.
Ooh.
Damn, that's ill, right?
Ooh. Okay.
That's a whole nother topic for another.
No, it's not. We need to delve.
I just heard that recently.
No. But let's get back to this.
I want to know. Real quick. I get. We could delve into that, but I want to know what a date. What is your worst date? What was your worst date?
Well, not even worse.
No.
But what does it feel like?
What does it feel like? And what? Yeah. No. Give me an example of a date that you went on and you were like, you felt defeated.
I think that we're getting away from the topic, right?
No.
We're supposed to be talking about this woman in her comments and what entitled her.
I want to talk about this first. Don't get me wrong. I promise. I got you. I got you. It's my show.
She's back.
Sit down.
Let them know. It's been a long time.
You're on that side.
But I just want to give you. I really do want to talk about that. But I wanted to talk about, because I know it's a topic we talk about this a lot. Our friends, like I have a lot of girlfriends, of course, and we talk about this a lot. And while you guys have your opinion about women, there are opinions of men, and I'll give you an example so you guys can talk. When it comes to the paying the check, I want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna stay on that, but I want to talk about that real quick. A lot of women think if you invite me on the date, you are to pay, right? And it's not my opinion. I'm just telling you what it is. Right. And then there are women sometimes that split it 50-50 on the, go Dutch on the date. That's what they call it, Dutch. Or are there any women that say, hi, I got this time? I want you guys to tell me what you've encountered or what
I'll tell you, because, I'm out there in the streets a little bit. But I'm that guy. I don't let women pay around me. Even if they're friends, though. I do that for my female friends, whatever. I enjoy treating my loved ones just generally. But sometimes, it comes to the quality, how much they want you to spend on a particular date. Because you remember that argument where you couldn't take a chick for coffee or your Cheesecake Factory, like.
Yes.
You should be able.
That's why I brought that up.
You should be able to have low stakes dates, just to figure
Just
out
to get
if
to
you
know each other.
want to tolerate
absolutely,
Is there a
absolutely.
vibe?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Like sometimes you should be able to
Like
go
Barnes
get,
and Nobles, Starbucks and all that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
smoothie.
Terminal 1 or something.
I cannot.
Terminal 1. They got it.
Let's get a
I cannot.
smoothie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just have a conversation.
But
You know?
yes, so you find that to
You
be
do find some women that they're not with that. Like they want to go to Nobles, and then you don't even know if you're getting a second date. And you took the woman to Noble, so that's definitely not
You
true.
guys-
She might be brain dead. You just spent $400 for what?
That's not the way.
Right?
They like neon signs in the back. That's the thing.
With the grassy.
Yeah, they want to take a picture with a neon sign in the grass.
I was here.
Yo,
they
word.
wanted selfies and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
that's what they want.
Take a picture of the food.
But
I got you.
I mean, I want to keep it moist. Like, so I'm gonna pay the check for most of the part. Like, your thing is, look, you want before we go there, you want moisture at the end. So you're not gonna pay for the bill.
What's moisture?
I'm hoping for both.
Now
Moisture
sometimes we
and
luck up,
independence.
but in the
Rock
beginning, I'm paying. In the beginning, let's get it.
To Steve's point, again, like
Not Noble though.
men really haven't strayed away from what we've been traditionally taught.
No doubt.
It's the
Okay.
women who've strayed away from their positions.
Talk about it.
And how they interact, right? We're always willing to pay, definitely if we got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also we want to know we're gonna get something for our buck. Not
Okay.
necessarily sex, but at least a good interaction, talk, vibe, whatever. We don't want to be sitting up there with a airhead or a strong woman. You know what I mean? But my point is that listen.
I'm sorry.
No.
What?
Let him finish, and then we'll come back. Go ahead.
A woman lost in her masculine energy. Let me say that.
That was a
We
good
don't want to
one.
deal with that.
Okay.
And that's what we're encountering.
I'm gonna take a
Encountering.
sip though on that one. Okay.
We got a vibe before we hit them dates though. So before I even say let's bust a move, I better vibe with you in your DM or something or in real conversation before we go out. Like if it's no vibe, then I ain't going out with you. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what I'm hearing from all of you, because all of you did get a chance to speak, you were saying that you are encountering women,
Right.
and I just want to say, no, I'm fine. I just want to say that you all are dating women of age. We're not talking about,
Right.
these young
Right, right,
girls. We're not talking
That's
about
the
the no offense to the Glorrillas, and that we're not talking about these women. We are
No,
talking
we need
about.
to offend them, but go ahead.
No need to offend them at all,
No,
because
we
that's.
need to. I think we need to.
That's their generation, and that's a separate
You
show
wanna
with
offend them?
women actually pouring into them. That's a completely separate show. But what I'm saying is, you all are dating actual women with some sort of head on their shoulders, right? And so you're saying what you're encountering is a lot of masculine energy, masculine men, or women that have user energy. I'm just using this date to get to Nobu, to
Yes.
get to Tao, to get to, some of the other expensive restaurants, so that I can just check this off, or this is just a notch. I'm really not interested in connecting with you. This is just something for me to do before my girls' trip, right? So I have something to talk about with the girls, all right? So this masculine energy, and I want to go back to something Yusef said about this whole strong woman thing, right?
And I have
what
such a
I want to know what that looks like from your perspective.
I want to say really quickly, are there a lot of masculine women? Yes, they are. There is. But I think that with the absence of with the we're doing this.
Go ahead.
With
go
the
ahead.
because with the absence of, and I'll give myself as an example, with the absence of a man in my life, then, right? A man in my life, I had to do I had to raise the children by myself. I had to raise the children by myself. I had to cook. I had to clean. I had to do all those things by myself. So you actually don't have, there's certain skills that are not developed. They're not developed.
May I respond?
Go ahead.
As you know,
Yes, you do.
I have two
know.
daughters.
Yes.
I raised them, right? I didn't get lost in my feminine energy, right? I didn't stay soft. I'm not walking around here like a fairy. You know what I mean? I used my feminine energy when I needed it, and I turned it off when I didn't need it.
Okay.
And a lot of our women don't know how to turn it off, and that's what we're experiencing.
What's the example that you see that is
I mean, listen,
masculine to you?
Just give you a good example. Again, just always being like in defense mode. They're uptight, not being relaxed, not being friendly, rigid, always on go. Relax, ma. You safe here. It's okay. You know what I mean?
Is she?
Yes, she is.
Is she safe here?
Absolutely.
How do we know that?
Peace.
What? You get out your your masculine energy, you probably.
Would we?
Yeah.
But not only that, you got to look. First of all, we're grown, right? You just said we're grown.
Right.
We've all had experiences. We need to lean on our experiences, extract that wisdom, and use that and apply that when we're engaging with new people. Don't act like you don't have. Like you have no clue.
Is that masculine energy, or is it more? Hear me. Is it more survival mode? Is it more? Hear me, because some of it is not. I'm not trying to be a man, or I'm not trying now. The role.
Wait, though, best friend, because survival mode is masculine energy.
Not really.
Yeah.
What
That's
am
what
I?
Becomes of it. That's what becomes of it for a woman.
Eventually, okay. But I'm turning on my survival mode. I'm turning on being the provider, the protector, or whatever that's survival mode to me.
Right, but we're on a date.
But
you don't have to use that right now. We're just meeting each other.
Word.
Surviving.
I know, but no.
What you eating? What you drinking?
Just got to the Cheesecake Factory.
You don't want no apps? You good?
But no.
You see what I'm saying?
I will say to her point though, I am, and they know this in our group, in our friendship group, right? When we all go out as women, just women together, I have to face the door, right? Because that's who
is that
I
a man
am.
trait?
That's masculine energy.
That is.
That is masculine energy. I have to face the door because I need to know what's going on. I need to know who's coming in, who's going out.
But that makes sense. A man isn't present, so you got.
A man isn't present, but I'm getting to my point that when I go out on a date, like you said, when you're on a date, you're not in your survival energy. I had to learn how to turn that off when I went on dates, because I would go on dates and I still wanted to face
turn
the
it
door
off with you?
and I had to be like, "Ooh, wait a minute, I'm here with an actual man, so I need to figure out how to not,
The
brother."
question is, why is this once again so trivial for black women when you don't see it in any other culture? White women have to survive. Some of them are.
I should have get you on that mic, bro.
Yeah, white women have to survive by themselves too. They do exactly
So
what
you
black
agree
women
with
do.
the German woman?
No, I'm just saying. Like,
No, I'm asking.
I'm just saying. No, I do agree with it.
I think.
And that's
I do agree.
That's what we
I
need
do
to
agree.
do.
I happened to be talking to this white girl from New Hampshire like 2 months ago. Not that it was going anywhere. She was very nice to talk to though, and every time I talked to her, she would call me beautiful. She would and I got the texts to show you, and she would talk to me in a way that was something that I'm not used to or accustomed to with the women that I talk to here in Jersey. I find that. So I date a lot of single women over 40 with no kids, and typically they're like, really self-involved, self-indulgent, but don't get me wrong, they're very good people, good intentions, mean well, good hearts, but.
So what's wrong with them?
I sometimes assume that based off of the fact that they didn't maybe have kids and or maybe at this juncture in their life they're not in a relationship, things have changed in how they think and how they view the world. So they operate differently.
Okay.
And they go into a survival mode. You know, they've been played out in their 20s. They had delusions of grandeur and what they thought a man was. They have a little bit more realistic expectation when they're in their 30s. But by the time they're in their 40s, they become a little bit more jaded and disenchanted with the idea, and now they want you to prove something to them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, when you come
that checklist.
Yeah, when you come when you
Y'all don't have a checklist?
No, see, we
Not
date
really.
down. That's what.
Ooh.
That's
We
what
don't have
men
a
do.
problem
We
with
don't
dating.
have a problem.
Y'all don't have a
We
date-
don't need
y'all
a
don't-
checklist. We have to be attracted
up
to
and
you.
down.
We have to.
He said I date up, down, and around.
Don't talk. We have to be attracted to you. We have to
Okay.
see the potential in
But
you. right?
that's for sure. Though.
And if we see
Either way.
those things, then we'll ride. We don't have a checklist.
Yeah, really?
Biologically, are women supposed to date down? Scientifically, are we
Hold up.
supposed
See,
to?
again, right?
I'm asking a question.
We
so
just
no,
asking.
I'm
no.
asking a
But
question.
see, we living in these modern times where the woman has been put in a position to be a breadwinner.
Okay.
She's been propped up. So now.
Are y'all okay
That's
with
not,
that?
That's not what I mean, though. That's not
No,
what
no,
I
no.
mean.
But listen again. If you're a breadwinner, you're a high earner. You're in a single percentile, right? So eventually, more than likely, you're going to probably have to date down because there's not enough men to match up with you like
Okay.
that. You know what I mean?
I was like, I didn't even mean being a breadwinner in this time period. I just meant from the beginning of time, just as women, we were
Again,
you were
like
you were taught
a
and you were
woman
reared.
wants a man that has more.
Right.
Naturally. And
We
so-
were reared to do
we
that.
were reared to have
To have
hypergamous,
some, right? We
hypergamous
were.
rela-
Right. So again, why?
hypergamous relationships.
What were y'all reared to
You get a
have?
point for hypergamous.
No,
That
what
word
were
right
you
there.
guys reared? No, seriously, we are telling you the female aspect of generally what we are taught
We were
is
taught to provide, protect
Mhm.
the woman, right? In all aspects,
Peace, God.
emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? Economically.
do you have a problem with women that earn more than you?
I do not.
No.
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 Steve said no.
I have a problem with a
I don't.
woman again thinking that because she earns more than me, that she has a bigger penis than me.
Okay.
And again,
That would be a problem.
again, again, her being lost in her in her salary, in her occupation. Don't bring that to the table, Ma.
What?
Whatever
Salary
it
and
is, that-
occupation.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But
that has no place here when we're interacting romantically and in this
Word.
household. Your job, your vocation has no place here.
Check ain't gonna fill your butt. Word up.
That check ain't gonna go down and answer that knock
It
in the
ain't.
middle of the night. Amen.
yes.
All right.
While I agree. So you guys have no problem with the woman being the breadwinner.
Nope.
Then what is the issue with? I know you guys are
Issue is
saying
the women.
The women.
it is the women.
It's the
Yes.
How?
It's the attitude.
And they would say the attitude.
It's definitely the attitude. It's, you know, like they feel like they don't need, like, if you were talking about generations of men and women from the beginning, they relied on us for most of their existence. Now they've come into a time where they reap the benefits of education and having well-paying jobs, and now they like, yo, we know what y'all did for us 30 and 40 years ago, but we don't really need y'all anymore. We don't need to fuck with y'all, especially if you're not if you're not where I am. You know, if you don't match my fly, if you don't match the kind of money that I bring, if you don't have the kind of ambition that I have, then I'm good on that. And that's really disheartening. It's really
Hurts you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really hurtful.
Okay.
You know?
We are optional.
You feel optional.
You think you're
We're
optional?
We're optional.
You say.
Jill
you
Scott
guys
said
say
we
that we're optional.
need you.
No, that's
She got
we don't
divorced
feel
too,
that
didn't
way.
she?
Wait, he said she got
She got
divorced
divorced.
too.
She's not with him
Stop,
anymore.
Steve.
And that song was so good too. Right?
It was, right? And she
Uh-huh.
explained the song. Like, I could do all this for myself.
Yeah.
Shout out to
But-
Jill Scott, but she's an anomaly.
You remember that?
She's an anomaly,
She's
and
not
most
with
women
that
don't
man
think that
no
way.
more.
He said
Most
But
women think they
honestly,
don't need
can
a
I
man.
just tell y'all, and like I really need y'all to, I know y'all men, and you can't think outside of that. But do you also, no, because I want you to think about, do y'all see the men that females are actually encountering? I know you guys
men
are,
like this.
I mean, like, do
Encountering
you?
I see men just like this.
Encountering or choosing to engage with. Because a lot of times y'all choose bad. And
I think y'all picker is broke.
It's
How about
it's
that?
possible. And
Okay, wait.
It's possible, right?
There are so many things that are just flying back and forth right now that I really, really, really want to delve into, right? So the first thing being, we started off in the relationship area. We started off again 9 times out of 10, men. You were saying men date down. You're the protector. You're the provider. You date down. You have no problems with that. B and I discussed, you're taught from the beginning of time to seek out a hypergamous marriage, a hypergamous situation, to take care of yourself, because again, it's all about survival for all of us. So we are taught from nature to date and marry up so that we're taken care of, so your children are taken care of, all of those things, right? However, what you all are saying is that there is a shift in the culture, and especially in the African American culture, where African American women are more educated, we are making more, we are more independent, doing everything all on our own. And what's something that you all just, I think Steve said it, he said we are optional at this point. You all feel like you're not a necessity for black women anymore.
Ebony K. Williams.
So who?
Ebony K. Williams.
Okay, you feel like you are an option and you're not a necessity for us at this point. My question to you is this why that feeling of feeling like you're an option? Is this why I guess because everyone in this room agrees with the statement that the woman said about black women.
I don't feel like I'm an option.
You don't feel like you're an option. Are you in agreement with what the woman said in the video?
A little bit.
Women, okay.
I said it depends on the region.
It depends on the
I
region.
said
Well, I'm
depends-
sorry.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, I feel in the South I feel in the South they have more of those homegrown
Homegrown.
Yeah, cultures and feelings the way they treat their men out there.
Definitely easier to talk to down south women than up here.
Okay. So I just want to go around. I just want to have some order here. I want to go around. Steve, are you in agreement with the video, with what the young lady said in the video?
Nope, I don't agree with her.
You don't agree with her.
I just don't agree.
Akil, do you agree with her?
To a degree, certain aspects.
What degree is that?
Listen, to a degree. I mean, it's right now dealing with black women in this current society is a really tough thing to do. I love black women. I worship black women. I used to put black women on a pedestal, but lately I've become angry and really disheartened when it comes to
that part.
I got to come back to that.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
what
part.
I got to come back to.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
dealing with black women because it just we've been playing on the same field for a long time, and now you're like, I'm better than you. I'm doing more than you. You're not as important as I am. And you see it, and it's a shift, and it's by design, and I think the black women are just too naive to see it. Is it a coincidence that all of y'all have all of a sudden become so educated? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that men are not doing as well financially anymore? You don't see how that could mess up a dichotomy when it comes to the black man and woman. So.
Okay, so to a degree, Yusef, do you agree?
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay.
And I think you guys agree too. Not you per se. Calm down, But who started the soft girl era? Was it men or women?
Right, women.
Right. What's the need? What was the need to call?
We
for
saw the difference.
All right then.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
So let's not act like it ain't there.
Right.
Because it's there. Y'all even recognize I'm in my soft girl era now. What were you before now?
Well, what did we have to be before?
Come on, with this have to be.
What do we have to be before?
Listen. Again,
Exactly.
I'm not saying.
Submissive.
I'm not saying. Don't use your masculine energy. What I'm saying is, stop getting lost in it. Learn how to take that armor off.
It's so hard to say that.
So easy to say that.
It's so
easy.
I'm sorry. It's so easy to say that.
But you gotta do it. It's hard to raise children, but we do it. Yeah?
But it's not about. I don't think it's about.
It's
but
about
when day
doing
in
what's
and day out,
necessary.
I'm taking care of me, and I am making sure that my mortgage is paid, and I am making sure how soft you want me to be, because this world will eat me alive if I'm soft. My kids will not be raised if I'm soft. If I have to develop. Hear me. and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with you to a certain extent because how soft do you want me to be if the bills got to be paid? I got to go to work. I still got to fill my
Basima,
how
hold
soft?
up,
How
Basima,
soft?
listen to me.
Soft?
You're conflating
Like a
what
cake?
you have to do.
I like that word, Seth.
You're conflating what you have to do to economically provide for your children, right?
Yes.
And you're conflating that with interacting one-on-one romantically with your man or your mate, right? Let's not confuse the two. Do what you have to
Stick
do.
to the topic. I feel you.
Do what you have to do
It's
to
a
survive.
mentality that you have to develop in order to even survive or just be
again,
that in in
Your argument
a
point I
household.
never brought up. That's not even an argument. I'm not saying that you have to develop.
Okay.
We know
It's
that
the mindset.
We know.
And so you're
we
saying
knew
don't do that.
We know you develop it. What I'm saying is take it the fuck off when it's time to engage romantically with your mate.
Okay.
A man does not want to deal with another man.
So from the
well,
hours
most men, I
between-
know we have.
from the hours of 9 to 10, you want me from 10 to 12 to be in my soft girl era?
Yes.
You want me to soften? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Wait,
Is that
but you're not in my household. You ain't in my household.
But we talking about the guy.
You ain't in my household.
So
You-
here's my.
We're talking about the guy. You and the guy.
Hear me.
You know
What I'm saying is how do I do that when 24 hours I have to be on go? And I'm giving
don't
this
have
an
to be
exi-
that 24
I don't.
hours.
I don't.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing.
I don't.
No. Here's
didn't.
yes. But here's my thing. Where is the grace? Right? So where is the grace that we should all have for one another? So because we all know, for those that are aware, I'll say that, because as Akil mentioned, everyone is not aware, right? As Akil mentioned, there are certain things that could very well be by design, and we're not seeing the bigger picture here, right? So for those that know better, and for those that understand what's going on, or for those that actually see what's going on, where is the grace?
Right.
Where is the grace that black men should have for black women, and where is the grace that black women should have for black men, because we see what's going on, because we see that African American women are more educated, making more money, and are surpassing our counterparts in a lot of areas, right? So where is the grace that we should have when meeting and dating or considering a partner, right? Where is the grace that our men should have for us when you all know, even our personal stories of raising children, paying bills, taking care of family members, doing everything on our
easy to y'all,
own, changing our
doesn't
flat
it?
tires, doing all of doing all of those things where we literally are operating in masculine energy 24 hours a day. And yes, you were right. We should be able to turn it off when we're just meeting you for the first time at Starbucks for this coffee date for that 20 minutes. We should be, what you're saying is we should be able to turn it off for that 20 minutes because we're in the presence of a man. But what I'm saying is, in the event that you have not learned how to turn that off, because 24/7 for the last 10 years you've been single and operating out of masculine energy, where is the grace? I'm not saying one is right. I'm not saying one is
And I'm
wrong.
not either. I'm just
What I'm saying is, where is the grace that we should have for one another as a people?
Go ahead, Kayla.
We should have never separated. We should have never ever gotten to this point.
Of course.
Right.
But now that we're here,
No. It shouldn't be that we're here. We are buying into the bullshit that they've always sold us, and we're making our culture worse by buying into the bullshit. Right.
Divide and conquer.
So if you think like as a woman that I can just go get educated, I can get all this money, and now I'm equal, and we play the same game, and it's nothing that you do differently than I do, and then it's not going to work.
I hear you.
The roles complement one another. Are supposed to.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, and
They are supposed to.
They're
Yeah.
not,
They used to.
They're not complementing one another. now.
Okay.
And that's one of our bigger problems.
Okay.
Again, and that's the problem. But how do we get to the solution?
I have
Can
a
we
problem.
start by giving grace to one another as we figure out a solution?
I don't think black women are giving black men enough grace.
You don't think?
Absolutely
so
not.
It's,
Why do you say that?
Because again,
I'm gonna keep drinking.
we have
Why do you say that?
Because I think if we just look around, right? Like a black man is looked at as a tool, right? A beast of burden. And if he cannot fulfill that role that I have for him, then he's nothing to me, right? And then they've, not even looking at that we've been locked out of all types of wealth building apparatuses in America,
I know that.
right?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a particular history where, as a group, we've been held back, right? And some individuals do make it, right?
Right.
But those are the minority.
I
right?
totally, and I had this
my
conversation.
Point,
I
right.
agree. Yeah,
so
I agree.
A lot of the time, our women have adopted these expectations of their mate. Like Karen expects a Brad. We're not Karen and Brad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, although I know that we've been taught to give y'all grace, recently you guys haven't given us grace.
But
why he ain't doing this? Why he can't do that? I'm doing this. I got my degree. I do it. You've been propped up, Title 7 and 9, amen?
Yeah,
Word.
that's
Right?
true. That's
All right?
true.
So you've had help. Black men have no help. We only have ourselves. And shame on us, black men. We got to do better. We got to help each other better. We got to be there for us more. You know what I mean? Because all we got is us. But with y'all women, y'all got a lot of apparatuses
Was that
is
just
helping.
an example of divide and conquer?
No.
What was that?
Because again,
Right there.
I'm telling us men, look, nobody's coming to save us, right? We got to help each other.
Okay.
We got to be there for each other, not to separate from y'all, but to give us the help that we need because nobody's helping us.
Nobody.
I noticed that.
And we all go through it.
We all go through it.
I noticed that. I want to go back to something that Akil said when he said that he's encountered these women and it makes you a little hardened or your heart
angry. He said
angry. I'm sorry, you said you used the term angry.
Because I want to go back to angry.
Yeah, you wanted to. Yes. What does that look like?
He said what?
Why? Well, I mean, what makes you angry?
I told you, like the fact that we used to play on the playground together. Now we got into somewhere else, and now you act like you don't even know me. You act like you don't know my struggle. You don't act. You act like you weren't a part of what we were doing then. And now that you've come into some good fortune, you're like in good opportunity. You're like, you know what? I can do better than them.
I got mine. Get yours.
Yeah, and then that's why you see this uptake of which I didn't see back in the day, of black women even dating white men.
Can I
Every
pause?
commercial you see is pushing that, and that's another agenda that's being pushed.
I want to pause right there. So Aisha in the comments said, and I wanted to come back to this. Aisha said, I believe black men became optional when black women began feeling and being told that black men want every race of women except for black women. Black women, in turn, had to toughen up to be alone in a world that sees her as unworthy, or they had to redirect their attention to other races.
I'm sorry?
You don't
agree with that?
Absolutely not.
Nah, man, where they
black
at?
men are with black women.
Are we?
Yeah.
You just y'all disagree
of
with
the
the
black
ladies.
men. Listen to me. Of the
Talking
black,
about how the woman respects the man.
Let's not get it twisted, right?
Talking about that's what the woman is saying. Not how we feel, but how the woman is treating the man. Let's stick to that key
Y'all
point.
think
that's what that woman was saying.
Y'all think that the white women or women from other cultures treat our black men better?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why we here. We talking about that.
Definitely.
How?
Listen, I don't want it to be that way, right? Look, listen to me. No.
I don't know.
Now listen.
I ain't had no dates with no other women, so I'm like, in my mind,
only date black women. I'm studying this all the time because I'm trying to figure out how can we get it back right. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm hearing out there is that black women are saying, I ain't doing ishful. I ain't doing this, that, and the third for a ninja, right? Everybody is looking at black American culture because we are the it thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody watching us.
Yes.
And they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
And when our women say they ain't doing this, they ain't doing that, we ain't gonna do that, the non-black women who want black men are taking notes. And then they're saying, okay, this is how I do it.
But I know Conchita, and I know a lot of the other ones that also feel like it's the same way. They also feel like they're not doing it either. But why do we, as black women, get a lot of the heat? How do we allow that woman?
Y'all
how do we?
allowed.
Where
we are what?
Conchita from?
Y'all loud. Y'all loud and wrong with it.
I want background of Conchita. Where's she from?
I'm just saying, how do we allow a woman of a different race to actually judge a black woman in the way that she? How I don't see
you just load it up.
doing that.
You record it and load it up.
Everybody
It's
got a
that
mic
simple.
today, number one, right? So you can't stop her from voicing her
Right,
experience.
right.
Again, but everybody's watching Black American culture, right?
And you mean to tell me?
Wait, listen to me.
Okay.
Everybody, they're watching. The non-black women who want black men are watching, and they're trying to figure out how can I get them.
So you mean to tell me they do everything opposite of what black women do in order? Is that authentic?
They
You
know
what
how
the
to, they
simplest
know how to
thing
take
they
the
do?
cloak off.
The simplest thing they do is give respect.
Give
That's
that man
simple.
respect. Make
You
him a
say
sandwich when he
grace.
hungry.
You ask for grace. Respect. Respect the little splash
What?
of catering.
What?
Get you real
Be
far.
friendly. Be nice. What's the problem?
Do y'all encounter women that are not friendly?
Yes,
all the time?
all the fucking time. Listen to me.
Man, all the
Look,
time.
in my line of work, I work in a lot of office buildings, school buildings, hospitals, and such. And I'm pro-black,
of course,
Pan-African, right?
Right.
So every time I see an African, I'm looking for acknowledgement, right?
Okay.
Of some sort, even what I call the NN, the nigga nod, right?
All right.
Listen, it's just that. But when I see sisters, I'm looking. And I'm a little hesitant, but I'm looking to see if you're looking at me. And most don't. They straight away look at the floor, they don't, or they just stonewall, whatever. Non-black, I don't care what age. Hello, how you doing? Smiles, da-da-da. Hey, have a good day. The sisters know.
Okay.
That's basic.
Yeah.
That we're not giving to each other.
Yes.
Where's the grace?
I give grace. I just want to say that.
What
I do. I
I
speak.
complimented a black woman one time, and she said, I was like, you're beautiful. She said, I don't need it.
Whoa.
And I vowed after that time to never give a compliment again.
It was just her. It was just her. It was just her.
No. When I was
Don't do that.
New Orleans, I was on the elevator with my man, and they were having an event down there where they were formal. And these black females got on, and we were like, oh, y'all are exceptionally beautiful tonight. And they looked at us like repulsed that we would even dare say anything to them.
Wow.
You know? And it was very disenchanting.
A thank you was so easy.
Yeah, and that's it. With the energy that the woman gave me to say no thank you, you could have said thank you on the same note. And everybody could have left there happy.
Right.
But that's not the
So
case.
do you think we're angry?
Definitely. In this area, yeah.
You gotta blame it on the storms, the cold, you know?
So we're angry.
It's cold up here.
Can I ask y'all?
Wait, because I want to wait before you go to another question. I want to stay with this anger,
Yes.
right? Yusef and I were having a conversation last night. We one of my friends who is married. They have all these conversations. They have people over. We have these discussions about what's going on in single life and what's going on in married life. And so one of my other friends, we went out one night. I'm single. She's married. We went out one night to a local restaurant, and we were just two black women sitting at this local restaurant. While at this restaurant, there were two black men that came into the restaurant and wanted to, I guess, talk to the both of us. And it was the approach was very hostile, and it was very angry, right? And so while we were trying to diffuse the situation, and and again, because I'm very aware of the fact that there's only 4 black people in this entire restaurant, us two and them two, right? So we're like, okay, yeah, no, we're not trying to cause any problems. We're not trying to make make this a scene or anything like that. It's like they kept going. Now, her husband was like, well, they must have been drunk or high. I told Yusef the story. Yusef is like, they must have been drunk or they must have been high. And I had to explain to them. Now, she doesn't know. She's a married woman. She stays home, Me, I'm single. I go out places, I work in entertainment. So I'm in, a myriad of, spaces, right? This is the norm. There is so much anger between us as people that this is the norm. You are encountering a woman that says, don't even try it, or I don't need it, or this, that, or the other.
But thank you.
But on our end, we are also encountering this same level of anger and hostility. When we are, I'm trying to tell you something. The way I'm listening to you, I need you to listen to me right now. So the way you're encountering women who are saying, don't talk to me just because you said hi, or not making eye contact with you, I know me personally, and most women I'm talking to, we are encountering black men that are very angry. And are very
just wanna say this.
hostile when we are in, the same
Real quick.
space, and we have to get rid of this anger.
I play for the other team. Everybody knows that. I'm a married woman, to a woman. But I want to say, no one knows that, right? I don't have it written on my forehead or anything like that. And and I want to say that of course I encounter men all the time and there are times when I'm subtly, somebody will say, Ma, you look whatever today, and I'm thank you. And then, they proceed to say, my number, can she have friends and follow me and do all this other stuff? And I'm like, can I have friends? And I'm like, no. And I respectfully say that. But there are a lot of times where I encounter dudes that I didn't really want to talk to you anyway, Ma. And it's just like,
or
bitch. You understand? Seriously. And I made it a vow. I made it a vow to always acknowledge when a man speaks to me, regardless of if I want to or not. Right? Acknowledge when you give me a compliment, and acknowledge when you are just having a coy conversation with me or whatever conversation with me. I do that. But there are times, guys, like you guys are encountering, but there are times when it's rude. And it's disrespectful, and we encounter that a great deal in this region. It's a lot of aggression.
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not. What I would venture to say is that again, I'm biased, but I don't think it's on the level that we do. Do you encounter it? Yes. But like we do?
I don't think you can.
So.
I don't think
I
you
don't know
can
if
measure
there's
that.
a measure.
But I don't think you can measure
What are we
that.
measuring?
Listen, I'm not
disrespect. Who gets more disrespect?
But I don't.
than
Y'all
men?
think y'all are more disrespectful?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't. But I don't want this to be.
Y'all just said that. Y'all just said that the white woman
Hear what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not saying you guys don't experience men that are like that, because we all know a-holes, right?
I think we're the most disrespected.
Come on.
And we
stop,
are. We
man.
are. Because y'all just said we agree with this woman. This woman who is now treating you guys like a queen.
Hold up.
I mean a king. I'm sorry. Like a king.
Black people are on the bottom, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's not get it twisted. Everybody likes black, but don't nobody want to be black.
Got
right?
it.
We on the bottom of everything. So to say that y'all the most disrespected,
we are,
or whatever, we're the most disrespected too. So let's not even. Come on, what we talking about?
This woman is saying, "I love him."
Well, wait.
I was able to take him. I was able to do this. You agree with her, right?
And I'm telling you this as your brother. As your brother, I'm telling you this. That white woman felt that way and expressed herself in that way because you guys have left the door open for her to do that.
Left the door open.
Listen to me. You cannot get on a public platform and tell the world that you're not going to be A, B, C, D, and E for your man, right? And expect for a woman who wants your man to do that which you won't do. That's on you. That is on you. Correct your actions, sister. If y'all don't want that type of thing going on, do better.
Do better.
Just like we have learned to do better. You not fatherlessness in the black community. Black men step up, do better.
Right.
Right.
I think
be accountable.
Yes, I think we all need to be accountable in that. I think we all need to do better. I think no one needs to be publicly talking about anyone of
the audacity
of either side, right? Because we are the only race of people that will say publicly, "Oh, I don't mess with black women because they this, that, or the other," or "I don't mess with black men because of this, they're this, that, or the other." You don't see Asian men get on and saying that. You don't see you don't see Italian men doing that. You don't see Indian
y'all don't watch
Black
Telemundo.
American culture is the most watched culture.
Y'all don't. What y'all talking
throughout.
about?
So
we don't watch Telemundo.
We don't pay attention to that other stuff what they doing. They probably are doing that, but we don't care because we the itch that's popping, right?
So listen to me. Italians don't do it like Chanel said. Italians don't do it.
We all need to be held accountable. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We do.
We everybody needs to. This isn't men need to, women need to. We all need to.
But I think y'all are a little bit more vocal when it comes to voicing your opinions as to what you want and don't want out of a man, especially your black man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even a question. It's in the music. It's in everything that you do.
Wrong.
You know, it's easy for y'all to put down a black man, not understanding where we came from. We're a lost generation. The generation before us wasn't there. We're being fathers that we were never. Like the expectation of a father 30 years ago was not what the expectation. But we're excelling and we're doing well at that. You know,
under these circumstances,
we We are trying. We want to be a part of what you guys have going on. But like I said, it goes back to the fact that I just feel like black women are in a better position. They just think that they're better than their counterpart right now.
And let me say this.
Listen, it goes back to your Grace comment, right? But grace is a broad comment. You got to figure out what type of grace you're willing to give and what type of grace you're not willing to give. And everybody individually has to do that work for themselves, and then they need to communicate it to people that they encounter. People aren't doing any of that. They
Y'all
don't
don't go
even
to
know
therapy,
that.
black
They don't.
men.
They don't know that first part. So people are getting together, and it's just a whole range of miscommunications, and this person doesn't like that, and the checklist that I'm talking
Black
about.
men, do y'all do the work?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yup.
Norm is saying that we gotta read some comments here. So I'm just gonna go through them very, very quickly. Jamila said, "Wow, Akil, that's deep. Women are more like men. Ouch." Terry said, "Which generation of women is doing this?" We established that. Let's see. Dre was saying about he dated a Spanish woman recently and how respectful she was and rubbed his feet after dinner.
Wepa.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
Y'all are
Dre.
killing me.
Aisha said the facing the door thing also comes from being a mom. We're always on guard because of our children as well. She said, I was reared to have my own because a man is not guaranteed and you need to be ready for anything. Shahar said, growing up, we as little girls were told that we were to grow up, marry, have children, and the man of the house would take care of you. It's not all women and it's not all men. Again, we cannot use definitive language when we talk about, each other.
Just one comment, that one.
This one?
Yes.
I read that one.
Oh, you did?
That was one about men being an option. Riddy said Yusef is the Kevin Samuels reincarnated. We said,
Ready.
Aisha said, we can't even give a polite no thank you to men without real fear of being attacked.
That's true.
With a man
That's
from-
true though.
Yeah,
Give
that
y'all
is
polite.
true.
Be
Gotta
polite
acknowledge
then.
He said she said when a man provides a safe environment emotionally, physically, and mentally for his women, most women will innately revert to their feminine and softer
That's true.
side. She said there is no grace for black women. They forget who stand on the front line for them at every turn, despite being told that they're not good enough.
Who said that?
Khadijah said,
Front line.
well, let me get through these comments.
line.
Khadijah said, what about the men that are given grace and a chance and then they don't appreciate that? And then when they do get on their feet, they leave.
Lord.
He said, no, be respectful, please. Be
These are
respectful.
all issues.